Hello all you infidels, kuffar and Muslims out there. Nemesis is back again, and this time I'm just picking up on an interesting argument that's been going on between two Muslims. First one being Sword of Allah, the other one being Memphian. Now, if we just have a look at Sword of Allah's page, which is this one here, we can very clearly see that he's got a cartoon animation, so to speak, of a boy pissing on the Palestinian flag, and it says "fuck Arab nationalism" on there. Now, I understand why he's done this. This is very significant. It's incredibly symbolic of what he's trying to convey to people. I've never really held back from telling people what I think about Islam. I still think it's a disgusting faith. I don't like it. Not all of it is bad, but you got to take Islam as a whole. You can't, as a Muslim anyway, you can't take Islam in bits and pieces and just take the good bits and ignore the bad bits. You've got to take it as a whole. So I mean, I've always conveyed my opinions on that perspective. Islam as a whole is not a nice religion. But anyway, I'm digressing just a little bit, so it's important to understand why this confrontation, so to speak, has gone on between these two Muslims. Of course, I'm going to have Muslims, no doubt, turn around and say I'm trying to cause fitna and I'm just putting a wedge in between all Muslims. I'm actually just picking up on things that have said and been done between Muslims, because this will actually give you some sense as to what the Muslim mindset is and how diverse they can be. That's the point of this video. So all you Muslims who are saying I'm just trying to try and cause strife out there, you've got your opinion, you're welcome to it, but who needs to cause strife when you have strife of your own? You don't need no help from me. I just debate on the terms of the Islamic faith itself. Of course, you're more than welcome to come to my channel and discuss it. So anyway, that's obviously Sword of Allah's channel. Fuck Arab nationalism. Now going to Memphian's channel, and we can clearly see here that he was born in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, and he's, you know, a Muslim from Palestine. He does actually say here that the Mujahideen, the struggle is forever in my heart, from Iraq to Palestine, that is my land. You believer, the weak and innocent cries and yells, he screams and says, no, do not forget me. I'm suffering and the unbeliever hates my faith. I'm in dire need of your help, O servant of my God. Come on, you faithful, aid me in my struggles. You know, these just a few little things that you need to look at. Also, he goes on to say here that Palestine is the land of the mighty ones. Allah is with the knights of the religion, the Bosnians and the Iraqis, the Afghanis and all the others who battle against the unbelievers and the pagans and the hypocrites. Allah willing victory is for the people of faith. So, I can kind of gauge just from that what this person's about. So, you know, if we just have a little look at some of the comments down here, I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but obviously you can pause the page and have a look at some of these comments from his fellow Muslim brothers and sisters with regard to this argument that he's had with Sword of Allah. And, you know, it's not been a private discussion, and I'm sure after this video they'll make this far more private in the future, because it's certainly not something that they want to advertise and let other people know about, especially unbelievers like me, who obviously, you know, they'll accuse of causing fitna. But anyway, I shall move on back to Sword of Allah's page. I did actually watch his video about nationalism is a mental disorder, and to a point, you know, I've got to agree with him. It's certainly on the point that Arabs do tend to have this nationalistic attitude, which really does get in the way of rational kind of debate, objective thinking, and peaceful intent, quite frankly. The other thing I need to suggest as well, with regard to your page, Sword of Allah, the Palestinian flag there, I'm afraid Palestinians aren't Arabs. They're just not Arabs. If you look at the genealogy of Arabs and Philistines, you'll find that Palestinians relate to Philistines, and that's where they say their hereditary and genealogy came from. Philistines were traced back in and around the Greek islands, Crete if I remember correctly. So to say that Philistines, Palestinians, Arabs would be incorrect, quite frankly. So just need to nail that first. So anyway, I'm going to go on to see all bulletins and have a look at this argument that has gone on between him and Memphian. Just for people to check in this out themselves, have a little look. I think this actually started off with Muslim Soldier first, and that was it. It was first advertised here as from Muslim Soldier as new YouTube FITNA. So any FITNA basically is a disagreement or division within the Muslim community. FITNA wars are well documented at the time, well, after the time of Muhammad's death, where all the Muslims got together and started to fight each other for a power struggle. This is clearly recorded in Arabian history. So we know what FITNA is. It's a disagreement and division within the Muslim community, which actually led to a civil war, so to speak, within the Muslim countries to actually gain power and autonomy over all of the Muslims, because they're fighting each other, and they were basically fighting on the descendancy of Muhammad, whether it should be his friends Abu Bakr and all the rest, or whether it should have been Ali that should have been the caliphate, so the next caliph rather. So these are all things you need to take into consideration. Right, so anyway, yeah, first post on the bulletin from Muslim Soldier here. The new YouTube FITNA, as he calls it. Salam alaikum. This is regarding the new YouTube FITNA. A Muslim YouTube user has a background where there's a cartoon pissing on the Palestinian flag, and other Muslims seen it and called him a kafir, which is not right. After all, it's just a flag. But the more disgusting thing is on his description section: the Palestinians have no more right to the land of the current day Zionists. This got me angry, but it still doesn't justify calling him a kafir. It doesn't make him out. It doesn't take him out the fold of Islam. And please stop posting bulletins telling people to go look at it. He's just a dumb kid who wants attention, and you guys are adding to the fitna. He does this crap all the time to get a reaction out of people. Just ignore the idiot and stop arguing, or stop going to his page and end this fitna in salah, peace. So, excuse me. It's about him being a dumb kid who wants attention because he's got a kid pissing on the Palestinian flag, and obviously Arab nationalists or Palestinian nationalists, non-Arab nationalists, are getting a bit pissed off about this. We'll have a little look on here, and the next one is his response. Sword of Allah's response to Muslim Soldier. Can you prove I'm an idiot, or are we in the business of insulting people simply for having a perspective different from our own? Is this Islamic? Is this what the Ummah has come down to? Support Palestine or be attacked and insulted? Ah, I understand. If people choose to be insulted over the desecration of a piece of cloth, that's their business. Maybe instead of attacking me for my background, they should question themselves as to why they are so emotionally tied to a rag with flashy colours. That was his response. And Muslim Soldier's response via bulletin. I'll come back to you on this because I'm going to run out of time, so join me for part 2 very shortly.